Hey everybody, welcome. Come on in. Grab my notes over here so we can get started. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday. And I hope everybody got a chance to watch Love and Hip Hop last night and got a chance to see my review yesterday on the Cardi B situation and Miss Star Marie. So if you haven't checked that out, please check that out. I did that review yesterday of the new diss tape that Star Marie made against Cardi B. So make sure you do check that out. Also on your way in, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. And make sure you please share the channel. Share the love, please. And thank you very much. And also, let me put the other link to our other social media here. We have a Facebook group called Tanya's Primetime TV, and I'm going to put that link in the chat as soon as it pops up. Excuse me, where's my water? Okay. Here's the link. I'll put the link in the chat. Okay, you should see it there. And also the other link to my cake decorating page for those of you who want to follow me on there as well. I'll put that link. And also on that link, I put my promotions and everything from my free cake giveaways that I do every month as well. So make sure you check that out, especially if you're in the Omaha area. Okay. All right, just want to make sure I got both of those links on there before I get started. Because if I don't do it now, I will forget. Okay. All right. So, anywho, regarding this Love and Hip Hop. Now, you remember last episode, the ladies, they had went to UK, Bridget Kelly. She was performing over there and also promoting her music because she has a new album coming out, and she was doing an interview. And remember at the interview, it was a wash. It was a waste because all the ladies ended up crashing Bridget Kelly's interview. And so at the end of the show, she was getting mad and going off and getting upset with them. Also, Tierra Marie, she had got upset because, excuse me, Tierra, got something in my throat. Tierra Marie, she had got upset because one of the interviewers, and I can't remember his name, but he had mentioned about her sex tape. You know, they had heard about it in the UK, and they wanted to know where is there a link where they can watch it. So she felt totally disrespected, and all the ladies was upset. And so anyway, that's where we're starting off with this episode. And so they open up with Bridget going off, like I said, about them being rude and clowning during her interview. Bridget Kelly, her main reason for being there was to do her promotion and also perform and, you know, promote her new album that's coming out. But she invited the ladies, you know, to be there for support and also so they can have, you know, some bonding time, you know, the girls trip. And so for them to crash her interview, and they up there talking about all other stuff, and then Brooke is telling, you know, the interviewers she should let other people open up for her and her, you know, putting pressure on her what to do at her own performance. So it was real bad. And Bridget was upset. So she was going off and, you know, she mainly was upset with Brooke because I guess her and Brooke's supposed to be really, really cool. But Brooke, you know, she was like one of the main ones. I mean, she came out the door with bananas in her mouth and stuff. Tierra Marie came out with this nightgown on. I mean, just totally disrespecting her interview. But anyway, Brooke, you know, she saw she was crying and everything. And she's like, I'm sorry. You know, she said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you upset. But then off screen in the green room, she's like, I ain't sorry about interrupting her interview. She was like, she probably just talking about some old auntie music anyway, some old sad sorry music. I'm like, but that's your friend. You telling her to her face you sorry, but behind her back you wasn't sorry. But anyway, and then when she was talking about the aunties music, the old aunties music, I'm like, I know she ain't throwing shade at her age. Did y'all catch that? Because if you do the math, Bridget Kelly is like 2 years younger than her. So I don't know where she come up with this auntie music. And besides that, I done heard some of Bridget Kelly's music, and I think it's pretty good. It's okay. But anyway, regardless of the interviewers, being unprofessional, the ladies, they were also, acting really shady towards her during that interview. So I don't blame her because I'd be upset too. And it's kind of like they was just being really childish. And who else was it out there? I think the only one that didn't come outside. Nope. Yeah, she did. It was Little Brittany. And Little Brittany, at the end of the show, you saw how she actually did open up for Bridget Kelly because she felt pressured in the interview. What was she supposed to say? No, I don't want Bridget to, open for me in my show. She didn't want to throw shade towards Bridget anyway. But anyway, yeah, they was really childish. And then remember the last episode during the interview, one of the guys, besides asking Tierra Marie, can they watch her porn tape? They also had brought up the fact, after they said that to Tierra Marie, she got upset and she ran back up into the house. And then after that, they was telling Brooke and them, we also saw on the live of K Michelle, I think it was Instagram, and they saw on her live how her and Akbar were communicating each other, and they seemed to be joking or making fun of the fact that a sex tape was leaked about Tierra Marie. So they end up bringing this up, and Tierra was like, why y'all talking about Akbar? And then they got to telling her about it and explaining to her, what the interview people was said. And she was like, oh, so K Michelle is cool with Akbar? Because I thought she said she wasn't going to, talk to him or whatnot. And Moniece gets blamed for it all because Tierra's going off like, Moniece, you supposed to be my girl, but I guess since that's your friend too, you wasn't going to tell me that she done hooked up with Akbar. Because what had happened was, remember, Kate Michelle, she wanted to be nosy and she wanted to get the tea, so she had invited Akbar to meet her, and I think they were meeting for drinks or at a restaurant or something. And she had asked him straight up, no chaser, did you leak those tapes? And he was like, no, I didn't leak those tapes, not at all. The only thing I wanted from Tierra was her to join, my wife and her sister wife. He wanted her to be a part of his harem. And TT wasn't having that. And then he asked, okay, Michelle, would you be interested? She was like, no, bro, nope, I don't want to be part of your sister wives crew. But anyway, she had basically made it seem like the only reason why she wanted to holler at him was because she wanted to get the tea on the sex tape. But then we see in this episode, she's basically, they're saying that she said that she had heard that he had a studio for rent. And that was the reason why she really wanted to holler at him. So now I'm kind of confused because at first she said she wasn't going to have no dealing with him. But then now she's talking about the reason why she went to meet him was mainly because she wanted to rent a studio. So I don't know. We shall see. And then also Ray J and Princess. They done finally had their little bundle of joy into the world. Beautiful little baby. And Ray couldn't be any prouder as a new dad. So he meets up with Rockstar and he forms this crew called, what is it called? Proud Fathers. Oh, no, Father Figure I guess they're supposed to get together on Fridays to hang out. So he called it Father Figures Friday. And while he's talking to Rockstar, he's also joking around about, Moniece, because Rockstar lets him know about Moniece. The last episode, Moniece, she had fell out, she had passed out at the at the studio. And it was right after Rockstar was trying to get her to, re-record her vocals. And as soon as he told her to re-record her vocals and go back in the booth, remember she had fell out and passed out on the floor, and him and Brooke was like, is this for real? Is she for real or is she faking? And Brooke was like, well, she can't sing that well, so maybe she just passing out because she don't want to re-record her records. And so Rockstar is explaining this all to Ray J, and Ray J is like, you know what? This is not the first time that somebody told me that Moniece cannot really sing. But I am not going to take back what I said, because when I first heard her singing, I thought she sounded okay. It wasn't horrible, but Rockstar called her Barry White. And I'm like, she wasn't that bad. She wasn't that bad. But anyway, then he starts discussing the Father Figure Fridays and who all he wants to be in the group. And when Rockstar mentions A1, he was like, well, you didn't mention A1, and A1 is about to he's about to be a father, and Ray J was like, not yet. And he was like, and maybe not anytime soon. And Rock is like, what you mean? He was like, well, that, we don't know who the real daddy is or who the real father of, Lyrica's baby. I'm like, they gonna keep dragging A1 and the paternity of this father for the rest of the season, at least until she has that baby. And Rockstar is like, what? Are you serious? And so Ray J was telling him about how they had, got into it because he had brought Safari to the was it the couples celebration, kind of baby reveal or whatever celebration, and he had brought Safari. And at that celebration, he had told A1 that Safari claims he slept with Lyrica. Anyway, him and A1, is about to fight or whatnot. And Ray J was like, you know what? He had act like he wanted to get about it. And so I got up and took my jacket off. And he was like, I politely, told him, let's fight. You want to get something off your chest, let's do it. And for real, y'all, do y'all think Ray can get with A1? Ray, A1, I think, is like 2 times the size of Ray J. But then again, you know how them little people are, sometimes they can be a little quick on their toes. So I don't know. But I do think A1 would be able to get with him. But then A1, him and Lyrica. Now, their parents, Pam and Big Lyrica. The Lyricas. She named her daughter after her. So I always say Big Lyrica and Little Lyrica. Lyrica is the one with A1. And Big Lyrica, of course, is her mom. And Pam is A1's mom. And they haven't been getting along, sometimes they get along, but most of the time they don't. And they really haven't been getting along lately because of the fact that Pam is concerned about the paternity of this baby. Because everybody in Cali, everybody, the rumors is all in the streets that Lyrica and Safari slept together. So she's not sure if that is her son's child. But anyway, what they do was they come up with this plan. They all, on the beach. A1 and Lyrica got them a little crib they rented out, for a few days on the beach. And they rented out a house for Pam and Big Lyrica. And they're like, oh, heck no, we're not staying here. Y'all are putting us in this house together. I mean, they thought that they were just coming out there with their child. Each one of them thought they was just coming out there with their child to spend some quality time, on the beach. Come to find out, they're like, Pam walks in with A1, and Big Lyrica is like, hold up, Lyrica, what game you playing? What game you playing? And then, anyway, they find out that they are going to be staying in that house together. And so, I'm sorry, somebody just called me. Excuse me. And so they find out that they're going to be staying in the same house together. And eventually, they're like, you know what? It's 2 days. It's 2 days. We can handle this or whatnot. So anyway, A1's mom, she gets upset, about them leaving or whatnot. But then they're like, you know what? We'll stay here, enjoy the view, enjoy the view, enjoy the water, the ocean, and whatnot. And maybe they can come to terms about something. Now Apple, why? Apple, she has been estranged from her father for a while. She basically has been in foster care almost since, she was born, because her mother, I think her mom had went to jail or prison or something. And her dad just wasn't around. He left her mother when she was pregnant. And so she is trying to like create some kind of bond with her father now. And at this time, they're seeing counselors and everything, because her dad last episode had told her, you know what, if I pay for counseling, would you, agree to go to counseling? We try to work some things out, because she has a lot of anger towards him, for leaving her when she was younger, even though he claims he didn't know where she was. He did not know that she was bouncing around from foster home to foster home or whatnot. So anyway, oh, hold up. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta tell this person I'm live. I'm going live right now. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. It's my son and he keeps blowing me up. Okay. So I text him back. But anywho, so they're sitting around with the counselor and everything, and she's trying to help them work through some issues. But does she sound okay? At first, she sounded like she was interested in, creating a bond with him, getting to know him better, and all that. But then during the counseling session, I was getting that she was acting like she didn't want to be there. And then I understand her pain as far as the father not being around. I, like a lot of females, grew up without our fathers. I see him from time to time now. He lives out of town, but, he comes into town often, because his family is from here. And so I see him from time to time now, but I understand her pain of him growing up. So I kind of went through the same thing, trying to, get acquainted and create a bond with my estranged father. But the way she's acting, like all angry and everything, I'm surprised he didn't like totally just was like, forget it. Because regardless if your parent was there or not, if you are not in it to make it better, then it's not going to work. And her dad, regardless of what happened in the past, he is there. He has been reaching out to her, texting her, calling her. She don't return his calls or nothing like that. And again, I understand her pain, so I'm not trying to say she's totally wrong the way she's acting, but you have to be open to it a little bit. But anyway, in the end, after this first session, they agreed that he would not reach out so much and give her a little bit more space and time, but he won't totally leave and back away. So he decided, and she decided, he'll become a part-time dad. But anyway, whatever works for them to, for her to feel comfortable with him. And then Ray J. Ray J and the father figure crew, they meeting up on their first Friday, and it's Ray, it's Marcus, and Solo Lucci. And Ray, he's like, you know what? I'm sorry, Solo Luce. No, Marcus. He was like, you know what? Where is A1? And Ray is like, he's not a father. He's not gonna be a father. I mean, Ray J, every chance he get, it seemed like he always reminding people of Lyrica's alleged infidelities. And I'm like, okay, Ray, you dragging it out. But Marcus, he doesn't feel comfortable with Ray J replacing A1 with Solo Lucci. And it's because of the fact that he doesn't feel comfortable. If somebody slept with somebody's woman in their crew, He's not comfortable with that. He's not comfortable with them bragging about smashing. I mean, Solo Lucci bragging about it. Rockstar, he bragging about it. You know, everybody is bragging about, you know, sleeping with somebody's woman in their crew. And I kind of feel him, you know, because it's kind of like you okay with it, but then again, it's like I always say this: when you have some friends and you friends with both of them, and one of them fall out with the other one, you can't just be like, okay, I'm done with you because she's done with you. I mean, you kind of have to, you know, try to stay equal and also not biased, and especially don't let each other talk about each other. But Ray J, like I said, he always running his mouth and dragging A1 and Lyrica. But then Rockstar shows up and excuse me, and Rockstar, he was previously joking around about him and Lyrica smashing, like I said, and I am not sure anymore because now it's Rockstar, now it's Solo. I mean, Lyrica, I done said before, Lyrica, you looking real bad in these streets. I don't know what you doing for all these men to be spreading these rumors that they slept with you. And then Safari, I don't know. I really do think A1 might want to take a paternity test. I really do. And if he finds out that baby is not his, that is the day that Hollywood is going to get turned upside down. And I hope it's on the episode. But anyway, back to the ladies in UK. They are out in there, you know, ready to go to a fancy little tea event. I think it's like a high tea event or something like that. And they are looking absolutely stunning. I love all their, from head to toe, they looking beautiful. The outfits, the shoes, hair, makeup, everything. They looking great. And so when they get to the location where they're having the high tea, the server, I don't know what you call them over there in UK, if they're your server or your waiter, I don't know, whatever. But anyway, he's bringing them sandwiches and sconces and teas and desserts. And I mean, this is like high tea. This is fancy. This is bougie, like, you know. They getting to experience what real bougie people do in the UK. But instead, they over there acting like they just left the hood. I mean, Paris is up there rapping all out loud, like, you know, she want to be a rapper and whatnot. And then Brooke, she's like, you know what? I think we should play a game called Never Have I Ever. And I already knew. Paris even said it. She's like, I don't think this is a good idea. Why are you suggesting we play this game? So anyway, it's going really good at first. Never have I ever done this. Never have I ever sucked into my toes. You know, it's they having fun. And then Brooke is like, never have I ever slept with Solo Lucci. And she's staring right at Nikki, baby. And Nikki's like, what you staring at me for? I ain't slept with Solo Lucci. And remember, as when Ray J and them was just with Solo Lucci, he was saying that there's somebody in the UK right now in that circle that he's messing with. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's really Nikki, baby, he was referring to. But she claims she's not sleeping with him. And Brooke is like, well, you know what? That ain't what I heard. But anyway, my thing is, so what? Who cares who she's sleeping with? It ain't your man. I mean, the only person that y'all should be worried about who somebody's sleeping with is Lyrica and Safari. But anyway, she ends up getting upset. And so does Moniece, because Moniece is like, you know what? Every time we get together, at first it's cool. Everybody's having fun. Everybody enjoys each other. And then somebody just has to get messy and throw shade. And she was like, if y'all don't want to be friends, just quit hanging around each other, because I don't need this. I don't need people who's going to be my friend one day and then the next day they drag me and everything. But look who talking. Like, if Moniece isn't the queen of messy, okay, maybe she been born again this season or whatnot, because we all remember what happened last season. But anyhow, I think she's messy, just as messy as the other ones, but you ain't heard it from me. And then back at excuse me, back at the beach house, Big Lyrica and Pam. They are, they was left at the beachfront house. They're trying to make the best of it, but immediately Lyrica brings up the beef that they have, and she's trying to figure out how they can squash it. She claims that the beef began when K Michelle had got into it with Lyrica. Remember when she said Lyrica was acting unprofessional? She was late, when she was opening for her at her performance. So she told her she couldn't go on tour with her. Anyway, they started arguing, and Brooke and K Michelle was like, you know what? That's why you need to stop trying to be messing around with Safari, or I heard you sleeping with Safari or whatever. Anyway, the rumors quickly spread. And that's how we found out they allegedly slept together. But Pam is like, you know what? No, that ain't what the beef is mainly about. The beef is because I'm unsure if my son is the father of your daughter's baby. So they get into it and they going back and forth, but eventually they decide, you know what? We gonna squash this. But how can you be upset? Like, okay, remember Big Lyrica when she first found out? It was when her daughter had showed her the text messages. Like, how you gonna show your mama the text messages of the anaconda that Safari sent you? Because they were texting each other in each other DMs and flirting and all that. Brooke witnessed it. Some other people witnessed it. And you even showed your mama the picture? So her mom at first was like, you know what? Are you sure y'all ain't messed around? Or why he sending you these pictures though? I mean, why everybody in the streets talking about it though? That's how she was at first till her daughter was crying, you sound like everybody else, mama. And so I think that's why she is trying to be like on her side, because I guess if you can't get your own mama on your side, who else gonna believe in you? So anyway, Lyrica, she claims she believes her, but I don't think that's also true. I mean, how can you not? I don't know. If my daughter was to show me a picture of some other man's junk and joking about it, and I mean, I don't know. First of all, if a man sent you a picture and you married and he sent you a picture, the first thing you need to do after you take a good look at it, delete, delete, and make sure nobody ever finds it. That's what you're supposed to do, not show your mama. But anyway, then we end up with Little Brittany and Bridget Kelly. They at the performance. They performing, and little Brittany, she's kind of, I like her little style and whatnot. I didn't know nothing about her before this season, really, but I like her little style. And Bridget Kelly, she did good as well. And then it just seems like all the ladies is getting along. Everybody's having a good time. They turning up. And then Nikki says she's leaving. Like, girl, why is you leaving? But she claims she was upset because Brooke had brought up the fact, when it was playing Have You Ever, because Brooke had alleged that she was sleeping with Solo Lucci. She claims, she's stressed out. Her brother died 3 years ago. She thought she could come hang with the ladies, to get some kind of, just kind of be away and take her mind off things. And I'm like, is that really why you believe in? I'm sorry your brother died. I understand, but that and the girls talking about Solo Lucci, I think there's another reason why she's leaving, but maybe we'll find out next episode why she really left. But anyway, back at the beach house. This is the last thing I want to talk about. Big Lyrica and Pam, they chilling, on the beach. They sitting out in their little beach chairs and they getting some sun in, drinking some nice little fruity drinks. And Pam is still concerned about, the paternity of Lyrica's baby. And so she approaches Lyrica and she's like, you know what? Would you be upset if we were to get a paternity test? And Lyrica blows up, calling her disrespectful. How she gonna disrespect her daughter like that? I'm with you, Pam. if that was my son, I'm telling you, oh my mama. You know how we used to say that when we was little. Oh my mama. We taking a blood test. And that DNA test better match somebody in my family's DNA, preferably my son. But no, we would have to take a DNA. Ain't no way everybody gonna be all over Omaha talking about your daughter-in-law slept with this dude, and I'm just gonna be like, oh, I believe it's my baby, my grandbaby. Nope, nope. Can somebody get Mario speed dial, please? Can we make an appointment for 5 months from now, please? As soon as that baby come out, stick a needle somewhere, tongue swipe, do something, but preferably a blood test because they're more accurate. But anyway, that's how it would be. So I get it, Pam. I get it. Miss Lyrica, she's trying to be there for her daughter to have her daughter's back. But come on now, you got to open your eyes. It's too much going on out there. Too many rumors being spread around. Too many men involved. Too many text messages of anacondas involved. So I'm sorry, but I do recommend getting that swab test. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I generally ask y'all after each episode, how do y'all feel? We learn more and more stuff. We hear more from different sides, different parties about Lyrica and Safari each episode. Safari has yet to deny. He keeps making A1, like, at first A1 was kind of unsure. Like, I don't know if this dude slept with my wife. I don't know if he didn't. He's not saying he did. He's not saying he didn't. He won't say everything. He's just like, leave me out of it. Like, he's playing with A1. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. And let me know how y'all feel about Pam, requiring a paternity test. Would you ask for a paternity test if this situation was happening in your life? So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. And make sure you put it in the chats. And again, like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed, and make sure you share. Share the love, please. And until we meet again, in the meantime and in between time, Prime Time Squad, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out.